You know what that means? It's another episode of Tangent World.
The second episode of Tangent World.
That's true. I'm Brad Reed, Chip Goddard.
Yep.
You want to say it?
So, no, it's good.
It might give people a little bit of audio recognition.
Yeah. It's fine.
My bad. It's Tangent World, though. This is our Jestworld spin-off.
Yep, it's a tangent.
Yeah, we get off on tangents, and really we just get off subject.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how when we're sitting around the tattoo shop and we just talk about whatever.
The background noise today will be Season 2, Episode 4, The Riddle of the Sphinx of Westworld.
That's true. We're going to watch it with you.
Yep, and talk to us. We're here to talk to you.
Yeah.
We're the voices in your head.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. So you think anybody has watched or listened to our Tangent World along with the Westworld and been like, they're ruining it for me?
I hope so. I hope so.
They're just ruining it for me.
They're not even paying attention.
Yeah. Like, if you don't like people who talk during movies,
this might not be the show for you.
Yeah, this shouldn't sound like anything to you. Because we talk a lot.
Yeah.
And usually, I mean, like if I go to the movies, I don't talk.
No, that's a whole different experience.
But if we're watching something at home, now Westworld, I have noticed like I do enjoy watching Westworld by myself sometimes.
Oh yeah, I mean the first watch, like we really don't say a word to each other the whole time we're watching it. We're like, oh my god,
yeah.
Did you get that? Did you get that part?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, just. Real quick, we'll have our reaction Jestworld podcast up too, but just such an amazing episode that we're about to get into. I cannot wait.
Oh, it definitely my favorite one of the season. Like I feel like I keep saying that.
Yeah.
Every episode, but this one's gonna be hard to beat.
But since we do Rabbit Trail. I want to, before we start here, as everybody's getting ready, I want to make first I want to make one rule for today's episode.
Okay.
We will not be hitting the Delos sounder.
Yep.
It would be too many freaking times.
Yeah, I mean, it's Papa Delos.
Yeah.
He's back.
Yeah, so you would just be hearing that damn sounder the whole time.
And that's a Jestworld sounder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this is going to be different than Jestworld.
Yeah.
So.
Because we're going to do other things.
Yeah.
We're not going to just do Westworld. We're going to do movies. I really want to do Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, if you want to come up with a list of movies you'd like to watch along with us.
That's true, because you have to, they have to be interested in these movies too.
Tom, we're talking to you.
Okay, so here's what I want to rabbit trail about, though.
Perfect.
Chip, you had a come to Jesus moment this last week.
Well,
we were sitting.
I almost didn't complete my finals in time.
That's true. That's funny.
We were sitting at the tattoo shop.
Yes.
And I was eating a bag of chips, of Cool Ranch Doritos. They weren't even good chips.
No.
And I started choking.
Yeah. Chip starts choking, and he comes up to another guy in the shop.
We won't name him.
We won't name names
because he's a good guy.
He is a good guy.
I mean, he was gonna. Okay, so I'm choking, and I get out. I gag out that that hit me in the back. Hit me in the back.
Yeah, that's right.
And he says
guy
no.
Goes, no.
And then Domingo, who's a hero, he's a regular face in the plaza.
Right.
He comes flying out of nowhere and slaps me in the back and saves my life.
He did. So I'm sitting there too, and at first I think Chip's joking. And of course we had to make a rule later, like, hey, nobody ever joke about choking, because
it's not I joke about death.
Yeah.
I don't.
You don't. Yeah.
I've never fake choked myself.
No. I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, I'm worried because at first I think you're joking, but then your face gets super red and I'm like, oh God, he's really choking. He could die here. And so Domingo does, and I'm jumping up there I think I slapped her back a couple times.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, it wasn't working. Yeah. And so I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to have to attempt my first ever Heimlich maneuver.
But did learn that I'm not an actual nihilist.
That's what we got out of this story, because Chip chose life, and actually,
I had a chance to die without committing suicide right there.
Yeah,
and I didn't.
And ever since he's had a new lease on life, basically.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, he's chosen life, and now he's kind of annoying about it.
Choose life. Choose a job. Choose a career. Choose a family. Choose a fucking big television. Choose washing machines, cars, compact displays, and electrical tin openers.
So yeah, that's been Chip. I think he's gonna start listening to ska music, and
I'm gonna change my life. The icy hand of death.
You had the Man in Black sitting across from you, and you didn't even know it.
I didn't know it, and I guess I didn't piss him off enough to not slit my throat and make me drink nitroglycerin.
Yeah. So. So I guess what would you say? You're just a nihilist light now?
I want to be
a diet nihilist. Because here was the conversation me and Chip had one day. I mean, this is morbid, but the conversation was, I feel like you can't be a total nihilist unless you kill yourself.
Well, you don't kill yourself. You just would waste away. You would eat nothing but garbage food because only the stuff that tastes the best.
I mean, I guess you just would accept that there really isn't any point to anything.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, I'm not daring anybody. Hey, you won't. You know,
you're right.
Yeah, if you're a nihilist, don't kill yourself.
But does a nihilist look both ways before they cross the street?
If they do, they're not a nihilist,
right?
You care about something, even though it's natural to care about yourself. I would say you're not a true nihilist.
We care about nothing, Lebowski.
Yeah, nothing. We are nihilists. We believe in nothing.
Nothing.
What did he say? We want our money, Lebowski. It's not fair.
You want a toe? I can get you a toe.
Yeah. Should we watch Lebowski?
Yeah.
I love Lebowski.
Since this is a tangent world, the character that John Goodman's guy is based off is the dude who wrote Apocalypse Now.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I think they found out that he never really did anything.
Oh, wow.
Because he's like Tayback from Tropic Thunder. I don't know that. I only get angry emails from Tom proving me wrong.
Which we got an email from Tom that we will read on our Jestworld podcast. Yeah. So get ready for that. But
you send all the TangentWorld emails to Jestworld at gmail.com.
Yeah, anything you want to email us about at all, just send it to Jestworld at gmail.com. We're TangentWorld, so we don't care. You can send, whatever.
If you think we should have a TangentWorld email, you should kiss our ass.
All right, so I'm about ready to get this started. It's Season 2, Episode 4 of Westworld, The Riddle of the Sphinx.
This episode is looks like an hour and 13 minutes long, so get your drinks, get your snacks.
Yeah. And you can always pause it, like we probably will at some point. You'll never know, but it won't look like anything to you.
Through the power of editing.
Yeah. Do you say it Sphinx or Sphinx?
Sphinx with a PH.
That's how you say it?
Yeah.
I don't know why I said Sphinx. That's like a boxer. Okay, we're gonna hit start. We are watching it on Amazon.com, so there may be some kind of
difference.
Yeah, and we're actually at 0.00.01.
Yep. So it was not being cooperative.
So I would say here in about, I'm going to say 3, 2, 1. I'm going to hit it, and then I'll start ours at just a second.
We're going to go 3, 2, 1. We'll release on 1.
Yeah.
You go. You do go.
Yeah. All right. Here we go.
3, 2, 1. Perfect.
All right. Oh, and I was telling you, Chip, on this Amazon, check it out. I hate to do this to everyone.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it when we take a break.
Yeah,
and nobody knows.
Yeah, but if you do pause the show,
it tells you. You were saying the name of the song and the actors or whoever.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, so we're at 5 seconds, 6 seconds in. And there's like a little ad going.
Oh no, it's got the creepy guy.
Is that that's Killmonger?
It's got Killmonger and the creepy guy from Van Alden from Boardwalk Empire. What are you doing? Don't close the player.
Everything's kind of. I'm not sure what's going on. All that's still up on the screen. Previously on Westworld.
Did you go hit the full screen arrows?
Is that what I need to do right here? Full screen.
Man.
Oh yeah, and we wanted to do some subtitles.
Yeah.
I actually last night when I was watching this, I turned on the subtitles.
I mean, I don't really have any hearing issues that I know of, but I prefer it. Just stop moving.
Yeah, I'm not touching. See, it's
probably because you're using that other thing.
Yeah, because I'm coding.
Yeah.
How much longer do I
It's
have?
okay though. It can be a little laggy, a little glitchy. That's just a Delos thing.
Ding, ding, ding.
As long as the audio doesn't mess up.
Right. Yeah. I think I'm almost done on the coding too. That's the life of a podcaster. You
Yeah.
got to multi-task.
Especially you. You have like 1 million podcasts. Oh, that dude had pudding all over his face.
Man, this episode, I can't even wait to watch it again. It's so
Right.
good. HBO Entertainment's on the screen now, so that's the true test of your. And notice there was no pre-roll or anything that other than just what had happened previously.
Yeah, it's pretty rare that they do that. I think they did it once on the first season too.
Yeah, because I think they didn't want to break it up. Once we started with this, it goes.
Yeah. Well,
It goes hard.
This episode is just packed. Like, I'm happy they're bringing it back for at least another season.
Yeah.
Because with this much info, they usually this is how they're trying to wrap something up.
Right. Exactly. I was kind of worried. I didn't want to get, it's like you're right. When they start tying up all these loose ends, it usually means it is the end.
Right.
Here comes the old bulldog trying to make another appearance on the show.
She's just making her rounds.
She's like, I'm blocked off now. What do I do? I know what. I knock over all these lights.
Well, they do call her a bull.
You bully?
Hey, where you going? Just go around. Spatial reasoning. There we go. She got it.
A long time ago, she wouldn't push through things.
Well, you keep moving stuff around.
And then when she got older, she finally learned she could just push some things out of the way and now
save herself a whole lot of trouble.
Yeah, and now that's what she does. Actually, I think the reason that good thing this is TangentWorld now, but
the credits are ending.
She peed on her bed and it's in the washer, so she's right now like
looking for her bed. Okay,
oh,
here we go. Here we go.
Yeah. I love this the way it opened. The Rolling Stones.
And you made a good point that this is the actual music, not somebody's cover.
Yeah, we don't really hear like original songs very often, and
I gotta say this is like a really cool little apartment that this guy's got.
Oh yeah, it would be cool.
Oh,
if you
I didn't even notice that the sand timer was going last time.
Oh yeah,
wow.
It was going. And they got a goldfish. Is that a real goldfish?
It looked like it. I mean, it could just be stock footage. What do I know?
I'm just saying it could be a robot fish.
Oh, I bet it is. They wouldn't bring a real goldfish into this park.
You're playing with fire.
Wow.
A lot of fire in this episode, too. And references to the devil and hell.
Yep.
I think what happened is...
What? Wait a minute. Okay. Grillos?
What was that?
Looked like the name of the cigarettes was Grillos. Or Crillos. Crillo? There. We didn't get to see him.
I was gonna say, I almost wonder if, like how Lost, everybody ended up, they were in heaven the whole time. What if this is hell? Like everybody's just in hell.
Don't ruin it. Don't compare it to Lost.
Well, it is J.J. Abrams.
I know, but I think we're all trying to forget Lost.
Did you watch Lost?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, look, getting it.
Yep, jacking off.
Later on.
See, he was a little twitchy, a little glitchy, and now his spatial reasoning's off.
Yeah. Which reminds me of earlier, like in a different season where the bartender's pouring it.
Yeah.
And it can't quite get the alcohol or liquor or whatever into the cup. And, so like you said, the spatial reasoning.
But see, like, his face in this, it's not nearly as confused as it is the next time he comes in.
Yeah. And hopefully the TangentWorld idea is that you've seen this.
Yeah.
So if you just kind of wandered in and you're like, yeah, I'm going to start the episode and watch along. Hopefully you've watched it already. So. Grapefruit juice.
We should drink every time that they're on. Or every time they drink.
I thought there was a little dog at our feet earlier. We're getting attacked by dogs this episode. Look at them.
Oh, no one loves you.
There's a dog wrangler somewhere in the house. I hope she's not laying down like in the back. All messed up or something. You leave that alone. So, at the time watching this part, you were wondering, okay, was it something to do with his sickness, a cure possibly?
I was figuring we figured it was cancer.
Yeah.
But now I'm thinking, watching this originally, it was more like Alzheimer's, dementia.
Right. But it comes to find out, I called part of my theory was right. You had a theory earlier.
Yeah.
That we'll save for a little later, but you called it at the beginning of the show yesterday.
Yeah.
So I have to tell everybody that you got props for that.
I mean, as soon as we see it, as soon as she drops that one line.
So many timelines in this episode. This is another one that you could get confused super easy. Now, is this the time that he reveals to? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So he gives them this note, which basically, word for word, the whole conversation.
Is that what it is? Because I don't know. We're left to not know what it is.
Oh, we don't know because
Yeah.
it's the next time that they show us.
Well, they don't even show us, do they?
I thought they did.
I thought he
on
just
one.
tells him.
I thought on one it shows a little bit of. You can see where he says, you know.
I might have been drinking or something on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the weird racist part. But I mean, it's kind of true, but kind of mostly racist.
Well, that's what we were talking about. We talked about this before, like in season 1 where they're like, people used to just come here just to shoot some Indians for the weekend. And I was like, that seems racist because if whatever 20, 30 or 40 that, whatever this time is, that shouldn't be your pastime is to go shoot some Indians.
Well, I do realize that a lot of, I think mostly Chinese people built one of the railroads. And a lot of the Irish and a lot of the Chinese. But
so that's what I mean.
So they'll do this, but like, I don't know, like.
Yeah, is that couldn't they have just? I mean, does it have to be that historically accurate?
Right. It's. I mean, they make compromises in other situations. Like, I feel like they don't have slaves.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Like,
so yeah, but it is one of those things that a lot of times, I guess the Asians or Native Americans or people just don't really consider kind of the racism, I guess, towards them because
Well,
but,
I mean, we're look if somebody just came and looked at both of us, they would just say we're white. So
yeah,
we may be completely talking out of our asses on this, but
well, we're both. I'm a quarter Indian.
Yeah, I've got like on the roll at least I'm an eighth.
Yeah. So hey. You can speak on it, but we did get that awesome scene where they're using the human bodies as the
train, as the railroad ties.
Yeah, which that's a bad plan. I guess it's like a good enough temporary plan, but long term,
it's not going to work.
Yeah,
you're going to have some warp rails.
Yeah. So Clementine drops Bernard off. Okay, watch Bernard. Watch as he walks into the cave. I swear, like the back of his pants are all torn up. See that? You can kind of see a little bit of it. See that?
Okay. Yeah, he does have a hole right in his butt.
Yeah.
Like right in his...
Yeah. So
right in
here in
center.
just a few seconds, now look at him.
That's his shirt. His coat.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that just might be...
It might be an error, but I think that they were trying to say he's come to this has happened before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so he might have had ripped pants the one time, and another time, his pants weren't ripped at all. So, I mean, I think that a lot of this is, a lot of this is repeating. I mean, and they've said that this, they've had rebellions or maids woke up before.
Right, but I don't think they've had rebellions.
Because look at his pants. They didn't look.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I say both are equally plausible.
Yeah, that they either just messed up.
Yeah,
but why would you go to the trouble to have the torn up pants in the first as he's walking up, and then later on? I don't know. That seems.
Well, I mean, they might have just switched the pants and wardrobe because he split him at one point, climbing up the hill.
Yeah.
And then just didn't think about it.
Could be
because if it split right up the hole,
right.
Yeah, but I wouldn't trust that motherfucker.
No. No. I mean, Bernard is programmed to deceive.
Yeah, no. He's starting to sound like that old MTV guy. Max Headroom.
Yeah, Max Headroom.
Would you like a Pepsi?
Please. Tablet. So, is this where Elsie kind of finds out that he's a host?
Oh, yeah. I mean, she
didn't know before, right?
Yeah. She should mess with his programming, though.
She should have.
Yeah.
I would have.
I would spike his loyalty to the top.
Mm-hmm. I'd turn off his ability to lie.
Yep.
And he does. He's pretty forthcoming, with some stuff.
Well, like he didn't tell her about killing everybody in that room.
Well, no. I mean, some things you got to keep close to the vest. This was awesome, though, right here where she's, she pretty much determines that he has the backstory and that he must have shot himself.
So if he goes on leave, what's he do? Does he just go like shut down in a closet?
Yeah. Oh my God. So we kind of talked about this earlier too. We've seen the well, I mean, I'll jump ahead, but I mean, like I said, you've probably seen this episode.
We hope you have.
But, John, is it John Delos, or we just call him Papa Delos?
Papa Delos.
He here's some more blood and milk together.
Yep.
and we found out that these were not cupcakes that they're making, although they look like
they
it.
do look like cupcakes.
It's those process. It's their brain, basically. But
the core pinium brain thing.
So we find out a little later that they're trying to do the singularity, which is what I had predicted, which is uploading their consciousness into a computer or in this case a host that's where you could live forever, basically.
Essentially, yeah, it's kind of like how that game Nier Automata, the storyline of it,
right?
Except in that game, all the humans uploaded their consciousness, and then that computer got destroyed.
Right.
So all the puppets were always coming back because they were like empty shells that eventually got their own personalities.
There was a Johnny Depp movie that came out not too long ago about
Transcendence.
Yes, and that was about the guy. I can't remember his name now, but he invented some pianos amongst a lot of other things. He's an inventor and all that. But you've heard of him, I'm sure. But this guy has been predicting and working towards the singularity. And so anyway, what we kind of were thinking was they've had to bring Papadelos back to life. They tried a few times, is what we end up getting to. Mm-hmm. And it made us think that scene that we saw with a bunch of the Bernards in this cold storage might not be Bernards. They might be the Arnolds that they were trying to upload his consciousness to.
I think that's probably what it is.
I like that theory. Keep that in mind. That's why I bring this up. Kind of jumped ahead on you, but of course, like I say, you should have already watched.
I mean, that was probably Ford's attempt, because if Ford could do it for Arnold, he could do it for himself.
Yeah. So see, okay, look. So he's remembering himself, but that is a different suit, is it not? Or is that the same suit?
It looks like a different suit, but it might just be that it's not all covered in dust and torn up.
So it could be, like I say, and so that suit wasn't torn up in the back either. So right. I think that's kind of what, I think that's why we saw, but let's see. Well, I think that might be why you saw that. Or it could just be a mistake.
Yeah. Both are equally plausible.
They could have filmed him for the one scene and then said, hey, we need to get a scene of him walking up.
Yeah.
Grabbed it, didn't stop to think that it was the one where he didn't have the torn pants.
Yeah, because they're obviously going to have torn pants and not torn pants.
Right. So there's another possibility.
Oh, the tangents. Speaking of tangents, I finally saw Black Panther.
Did you like it?
I did.
I truthfully enjoyed it. I didn't love it, but I liked it a lot.
I mean, there were some parts they could have left out and made it a better movie. There's some parts they could have put in and made it a better movie. But that's true of all movies.
If you haven't seen it yet, it is available on Blu-ray this week.
That's awesome.
And DVD, I guess, if people still watch DVDs. That'd be like using Internet Explorer instead of Chrome, right?
Yeah, right. That's what this guy was doing. That's crazy.
I didn't want to download a bunch of stuff to this computer. It's already running. Sometimes it's
like
acting
a freaking
little
savage.
It's not quite as quick as it was when I first got it.
Yeah, I thought it was better than like the first Captain America.
I didn't like the first Captain America, so
but it wasn't as good as like Guardians of the Galaxy.
What about Thor Ragnarok? Because Thor Ragnarok, to me, is way up there now.
Yeah. Thor Ragnarok's really good.
Should we make a list?
We could.
All right, here's my list. Guardians of the Galaxy, 1 and 2, they're tied.
See, I didn't like 2 very much.
I didn't love 2 as much as 1, but, I mean, it was still, I don't know.
Yeah. Is this going to be like regular MCU and like not Blade? Because, Blade would be number 1.
Would it?
I mean, it would be for me.
Okay. You can use it. I'm going to go Guardians 1, Thor Ragnarok 2, Infinity War 3. Have you seen that yet?
Yeah. No, I haven't seen Infinity War.
And then probably going to go Spider-Man, Homecoming Spider-Man at 4, and Black Panther at 5.
Yeah. Okay.
So it makes my top 5.
I really liked Iron Man 1.
Yeah,
really liked Iron Man 1.
I think earlier we actually discussed my list, and I had Iron Man in there, but I remembered just now how much I love Spider-Man.
See, I never got big into the Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, where would I might even put Civil War way up there too.
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
That's definitely it's Blade, Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy, Black Panther, and then Thor, Ragnarok.
I really like Black Panther. I just didn't like the CGI at the end. I wasn't a big, huge.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Here's so I wanted to mention this about the drones.
They have red blood. That's weird.
That is weird. Also, I thought it was kind of cool though, where he was like, "I will take a goldfish now," where he was like, "Don't act hostile towards them, and they won't. If they don't sense that you're hostile, they won't attack you."
Right.
I thought that was interesting that they would be able to sense that because they obviously don't have any eyes or a nose.
Right. But yeah, I did like Black Panther. I liked it a lot. Yeah, I was hesitant to see it. Just because I heard some negative things.
Mm-hmm.
But the people I heard those negative things from are pretty negative people. So.
I mean, I may have told you that I wasn't in love with it, but I did like it.
Yeah. It was, as a origin story goes, it was pretty good.
You're right.
Like, way better than Wolverine Origins.
I think, okay, I think kind of, sometimes when things are like hyped,
yeah,
it turns me off a little bit.
It definitely wasn't the end-all, be-all that it was made out to be.
Yeah, and I thought it could have actually, I don't know what I expected. I was hoping, I wanted to love it because I was super looking forward to Black Panther. And I could have just built it up into my mind into whatever. But like Wonder Woman, too. There was nothing wrong with Wonder Woman. It's a good movie. But I also thought it got a little more hype just because of, its cultural significance.
Yeah.
And Black Panther was the same way.
Yeah.
It was culturally significant, and I appreciate and respect that. However, that doesn't make it a good movie all on its own.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, like it was competing with Moonlight, which is like should have been the biggest cultural movie of the year.
Yeah.
I
love that movie.
It was so good.
And if you remember, he was in the first season of Westworld. He was in the room. I think he was doing coke or something.
Yeah.
He's like, I fucking love this place.
Oh, Moonlight's part of Westworld.
Uh-huh.
Weird.
Yeah.
Who would want to go to that part?
Oh,
here. As soon as I heard that, I just knew she's MIB's daughter.
Yeah, okay, so that's what you called earlier.
Yeah.
So spoiler alert, we find out that she is William's daughter. The one that hates him, or...
I feel like he only has one.
I think, yeah. And I think either way, it should be the one that hates him, because that'll make for a more interesting story. Because now they're paired together. They have to probably depend on each other to survive when they do meet up.
Well, they're both not trying to get out, which is odd.
A lot of cool stuff happened when William and Lawrence got to his hometown.
Can't call him William.
Man in Black?
It's got to be Man in Black. Because, you got to be able to tell them apart.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't take it apart.
I'm a son of a bitch. What gun is that?
Lamat. It's called a Lamat revolver.
This is one of the few times I feel like that he's got caught unaware.
Yeah, too cocky.
Yeah.
That's the one downside of that gun is it takes so long to reload because you have to take it apart. Hey, it's your boy.
Yeah. Low key.
Or Jesus in this.
Yeah.
And then he takes everybody to a church. What? He was Jesus in the Last Supper.
Oh yeah, that's right. I just feel like
he plays such a good villain.
he does.
Like I want him to play at least one good character, so I don't hate him.
Yeah.
Like I do with what's his name? Batman's little brother,
Casey Affleck.
Casey Affleck, because he was in that
the assassination of
Jesse James
He
movie.
was so good in that movie.
That's why I hate. He's so creepy. I couldn't.
Yeah.
Like there'd be no way I could sit on a bus with him.
Yeah. And I think in real life he's kind of creepy to the ladies.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's the allegations.
It's the. I mean, they're from what, like Boston?
Yeah.
I mean, is that where the Afflecks are from?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
At least up from that area. I was going to say, though, and we're kind of past the fact, but once you rolled into town and nobody was around, I think automatically I'd be checking it out.
Right.
Because he's got the whole town held hostage now. This guy's going to make a deal. Oh, yeah, he did.
He did. Man.
So he's just an asshole.
Yeah.
I'm an asshole.
I mean, he's typecasted right now. He needs to get like a good character, like I said.
Yeah, you're right. He's always just going to be the...
Like he was a bad guy in like Justified.
Right.
And I feel like he's probably a bad guy in American Gods.
Low key.
Yeah.
I didn't ever check that out, but I always thought the low key, like I'm keeping it low key or whatever.
Yeah.
Sounded kind of stupid.
No, it is. It's like low key. He has a full name. It's like low key Lyson or something.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah.
So yeah, this was big right here because Lawrence led on that he remembers that he told him he had a daughter at some
Right.
point.
Reverie.
Right. Yeah, his daughter might just be okay with that. Now, I can't remember from watching it last night, but here in a little bit they start beating on Lawrence. And I can't remember, what did he do?
Man in Black?
No, what did Lawrence do for them to be beating him, or were they just doing it just to do it?
They were doing it just to do it.
Ah, okay.
They were just wanting leverage and information.
Right. Man in Black, he plays the game his own way.
Yeah. Man in Black's so awesome.
He is awesome, but like I say, I think we saw a moment of his, where his hubris kind of got him in trouble.
Yeah.
In the situation he is right now, but he's still, he knows what he's going to do. He's resolute about his plan,
Well,
and then he executes it.
when he's talking later, they call him a hero and all that. He's playing the game,
Right.
like, and he's the white hat. I
Yeah.
mean, he's the hero right now.
But see, that's what we find out that's what he's been good at his whole life is playing the game. Like,
Yeah.
he sees things better than other people see them.
Yeah.
He saw the opportunity that Delos could take advantage of,
Yeah.
pitched it to Papa Delos, and now look,
Yeah.
here we are.
Yeah.
We don't. At this point, we're not sure where we are timeline wise, but what we're about to see is a repeat. Except for now, he feels a little better.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell. He's dancing around. He's a hipster.
He is a hipster.
Look at that dance.
Well, he's got an album collection.
I don't know why that looked like for a minute how I imagined George Carlin would dance around.
Oh, he's seeing something weird. Oh, snapped out of it. Doesn't look like anything to him.
Yeah. And I like how they have like a mirror on the wall.
Right.
I would be like, ugh, get away from me.
He still got a little bit of a twick, but now he's spatial reasoning's all better.
Yeah. I don't know how his jerking skills improved. They don't show.
I think the twitch is like one of the signs they have for when they start to break down.
Mm-hmm.
But who doesn't get deja vu?
Right. All this sets up for an amazing scene later because you think it's everything you've seen.
Right.
Twist.
See, even at this part, I was thinking, does he still have Alzheimer's? Is he still like?
Yeah.
Is this scripted? Is he doing this?
I had pretty much. I don't mean to toot my own horn.
I mean,
but I figured it out.
I figured it too. I mean,
when he said the bass lines, I was like, okay, they're making a robot version of him.
But see, I feel like you would do that for something that when people have Alzheimer's, you would do.
True.
That.
Yeah. No, I mean, I wasn't sure, but no, that too, right there, where he said why, and he said fidelity.
Yeah.
Because they want it to be as close to the version of him as possible.
Right.
And that's when I was like, yep. Because you were right. For a minute there, you weren't sure.
Yeah. I mean, you can't be sure of anything because he was talking about dying of a disease that I cut funding for.
Yeah. Like that guy who had the AIDS medication and raised the price up.
Yeah. So, okay, you're right.
Yeah. He gives him the manuscript. But maybe he was like that kind of asshole, you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe he's just doing this for fun. He's just torturing the guy for eternity. You think he would really try to bring some... He's the head of a company.
Right.
You think he would try to bring somebody back that...
Oh, yeah, that could take it... Yeah, you're right.
It'd be like taking the company from Bruce Wayne and then Bruce Wayne coming back and being like, I'm taking my company back.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what he did, but...
So yeah, this was amazing right here where he realizes he's not his original being, I guess.
Yeah.
7 years ago he died and now he's in a host's body, but it's his consciousness.
Yeah.
And so it's crazy because he gets a glimpse over and over kind of life, but yeah. Realizes he's not in California. And William, we see him start to become more and more
sinister.
Yeah. Where before he was kind of a wiener. And we do get to see how he becomes the Man in Black.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Sorry. You will not be fucking your wife.
Right next to you.
Capable. Like, what does that really mean when you're describing your daughter? Capable? Of running the company someday?
Yeah.
This was just so awesome. This whole scene, the story tonight. Oh man, this episode was so good.
It's just. Oh. Now he's twitching.
Yeah, because even if I predicted what I predicted, I didn't really see it going like this.
Yeah.
So here, something's reacting. Like he. It reminds me of when Abernathy started freaking out, which I wonder, is Abernathy? Is he somebody loaded? Is he Arnold?
He shouldn't be anymore. He got lobotomized.
Right. But is that why they wanted him so bad?
Oh wait, how would a lobotomy work then if they have the robot brain?
I don't know.
Because they went in just like a regular lobotomy.
Here's what was crazy. This part really. So he'd only made it 7 days, and then he started tripping up.
Yeah.
And then, would you like to terminate? Right. So they just. Because I guess they've got a copy of his consciousness somewhere else.
Yeah, it'd be
so
just
where does
like
his consciousness really exist? Like, do you ever watch Black Mirror?
Yeah.
Like the episodes where they've made a copy of themselves,
Oh, that's like their slave.
Yeah, and then the slave is actually conscious too.
Yeah, and they torture it by like adjusting the time and.
Yeah. So where does his consciousness exist if he's uploaded somewhere else and then downloaded into?
I want one of those guns.
Which one are these?
These are like I want to say like an 1886 Winchester. It's like a John Browning design. They're just beautiful.
Nitro.
Is it 1886? I think that's right. But like everything about it, even the box it came in, it was just wonderful. Yeah, 1886. That's the one.
Nice.
Boom.
So, you would say Glory is you're thinking that's the way out of the park.
I mean, none of them can leave the park. They all have the little implanted explosive.
Oh, I wanted to ask you this. Did she say Sector 12? Do you even remember when they were in the cave?
It was on the wall, Sector 12.
Okay, because I remember when they got.
Remember?
When they got into the elevator, it said 12, and I didn't know if that meant that it was the sector or the floor.
Ooh,
like level.
I don't know,
because I'm starting to wonder if these aren't like if it doesn't mean that they're not there, and it could just be like a real high tech VR.
Yeah.
So they could be there, but not really there.
That's true. I just don't know.
Yeah. Too early to tell on some of those theories. Well done, my friend. And then this. Oh, so gross.
Boom!
Even William, even the Man in Black was like, that was wrong.
Well, I mean, he made it. That was the thing. Like, you don't put somebody in a trial like that and then still mess them up.
So you kind of had a theory about Low Key, though. Our guy, what is his name? Craddock or? I know his real name's Jonathan Tucker.
Yeah.
But
Craddock, yeah.
Yeah, the one who just blew his hand off.
Lieutenant Craddock.
Yeah. So you think he might be like based on the personality of the Man in Black?
I think a lot of the stuff he does, we'll see it up here in this next scene with him where he's dancing around, and I think he's like a romanticized version of what the Man in Black thinks he is, like his bad character.
That would be interesting, I think, and I think you could be onto something there. In the way that the Man in Black reacts to his actions, where it looks like he's kind of like ashamed of the guy.
Right.
It reminds me of like, when my kids do something that I know for a fact they learn from me.
Yeah.
It infuriates me even more because there's a little shame in it for me too.
Right.
Like, it's a reflection of my bad behavior. And so I wonder if like that's why he was like, even this guy's worse than I am or something.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think maybe like an exaggerated version of him of himself.
Right. She escaped. She's smart. She's like, I'm not staying around for this.
She's capable.
She is capable. That's what he meant. That's what he meant. She's capable. She can always figure her way out. This was such an awesome scene right here.
Did you ever watch the show Longmire?
I did not.
Okay, well the guy that's playing the native in this right here.
Oh, okay.
This scene, he's a major character in Longmire, and it's a great show.
So what was it like? You live only as long as someone remembers you. Kind of that might be paraphrased there,
Yeah.
but man, I want that tattooed on my arm.
I know where you can go.
That is kind of a poetic statement, though, and it's so true. Like I think we talked about it one day. Name your great grandparents.
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, can you name your grandparents? Can you name your great grandparents?
Right.
I can name most of my great grandparents. I don't know anybody after that.
Yeah, I'm with you. Which I guess that's going to be me someday. Somebody's going to be like, "Yeah, I remember there was a great grandpa Brad."
That's why nothing matters except it does
Because you chose life.
Because I chose life.
Choose life. Choose a card.
Choose a card. Choose a job.
Choose a job. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to choose life. I mean, I want to choose life. I just don't want to do life the way that.
The sad thing about jobs is you're just selling your life.
Yeah.
For like hourly pay, usually.
Right.
Like this is how much my life is worth to me.
That's
Gross.
the problem of capitalism.
Gross.
I like this. This was all very interesting stuff here too because Bernard. He's forcing himself into two different. So I was kind of wondering, could he? He can only remember it though, right? He couldn't like now he's switching to another time.
You can't control it.
Yeah, could he do something that could alter the timeline? Is what I wonder.
I don't think he's the three-eyed raven.
So, but he can just put himself there to remember.
But I don't think he has control over it.
Right.
Yeah.
What was that little thing that they were building? Was that another one of those cupcakes?
I feel like it's a hard drive.
Okay.
But he says later that he also Ford had him print somebody.
Right.
If you want any of these, grab them.
Oh, okay.
Code that's not code at all.
DNA code?
Well, they're saying that Bernard, all his memories are jumbled together. There's no order to them.
Right.
That's kind of how we remember.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Yeah, because we probably misremember more than we remember.
Yeah, and we only know how to access stuff like organically.
Right.
Like we can't just, search our brain for something. But, yeah.
It's weird how he's talking here, too, though. It's like, it's a dream.
It's an inner monologue.
Yeah. Right. And I think there's one scene, too, where he's like, I'm not here with you, am I? He doesn't even know.
Yeah. So, I mean, he could very well be a clone of Arnold.
Yes. Which is what we were thinking earlier,
and then Ford modified his brain so he wouldn't crack and break.
Right. And so all those, what we thought were just versions of Bernard, could have been all the Arnolds that were, they didn't work out, but
Right.
Ford maybe didn't have the heart to terminate them like William does.
That's why they're all floating in that freezer.
Or, it could be just other Bernards. We just don't know. But
Yeah.
I love how they introduce these things that just make you spiral off into all kinds of different theories. Oh, this is just Man in Black being a badass.
One of the best scenes in the whole.
Yep. We talked about how Man in Black was cocky earlier, and that's how he got him.
Mm-hmm.
Man in Black turns it back around on him. He's cocky now. So maybe it's kind of a lesson about not, thinking that you know everything.
But like this whole scene where he calls over the wife and dances with her.
Right.
It's almost identical to what happened season 1.
That's right. Yeah. You're right. It reminded me a lot of that, where is that the scene where he ends up killing her,
Yeah.
right?
Like he's in Lawrence's place.
Yeah. As opposed to the Man in Black.
Yeah. Nobody kills as well as the Man in Black. He's been coming to this park for over 30 years.
Right.
He can kill and do whatever he wants.
But it is amazing. Of course it's a TV show, but there is supposedly the idea that this could all be over for him at any second, though, because this is a game, but it's not a game where you get a redo.
Yeah, you got one life.
Yeah.
You got to save the princess on one life.
I actually thought this was going to go a different way.
Yeah.
I thought, because we had seen it, like in the trailers, a scene where he's holding a gun to his own head. I thought he might sacrifice himself for them for some reason. It doesn't make any sense though, because they're hosts.
You talking about Man in Black?
Yeah.
Oh no.
But for some reason, I thought it was going to go a different way last night when I was watching it. I don't know. It seemed so ominous.
Yeah.
But it didn't make any sense, though, that he would kill himself for that purpose. I don't know why, if he does.
Oh, I knew instantly he was gonna go on a killing spree.
He's so outnumbered, though. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what's up. That's what's gonna happen.
But now this is all real. Like they can kill him.
Right.
Everything's equal. So now he's back to humanizing them again.
Right.
Because that was their only difference.
Right. These flashbacks to his wife.
Yeah. Where, the way he talked in the first one.
Boom. Could this be one of the best scenes in the whole series?
I mean, I'm. Yeah.
That dialogue there was so awesome. I
Yeah.
still don't know if it's better than the Paint It Black scene.
True.
Because the music and everything happening together was just so amazing. But like I say...
But I mean, like the way Low-Key dies.
Yeah.
Like, it's great.
Yeah. I think this stands up in any Western, boom.
Oh, yeah.
As one of the great scenes.
What was that other movie that was a Western that had Ed Harris in it?
Was it? It wasn't Open Range.
No, but Viggo Mortensen was in, and
was that Australian guy
no? Viggo Mortensen is Strider from Lord of the Rings.
No, yeah.
Aragorn.
Was it made by Was it a movie made by Is it a guy who's a singer as well?
Drink this.
I'm trying to think of his name. But he's made a few movies.
Oh, I'm just Googling it. It's easier.
Google it.
Appaloosa.
Oh, okay, yeah, Appaloosa. That's not the one I was thinking.
Not Ed Harris's, but Viggo Mortensen's character carries around a 10-gauge double-barrel shotgun.
Nice.
10 gauge is huge. It's it's bigger than a 12 gauge.
Yeah.
It's hard to find those these days.
I want to know because I've shot a double barrel.
Don't do it. Yeah. No, they're just getting rain on all those beautiful rifles.
Yeah.
I wonder if this would actually do it. I've never played with nitroglycerin, but I feel like if I like some frogs.
Right.
And you filled them up with some nitroglycerin and then shot them with a 22, that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah. PETA, don't come after us.
Man, PETA kills a lot of animals?
Yeah, I know.
That's bullshit.
They're like the church.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like there's a difference between eating a hamburger and going to somebody's house, kidnapping their dog, and then having it euthanized.
Yeah. Do they kidnap the dog?
Yeah, they take them out of people's yards and stuff.
God. Mirror, mirror on the wall.
They've replaced the person.
They did. That's right.
It was a woman earlier.
Is this the scene, though? Is this the...
Yeah, this is old William. Like Man in Black William.
Boom. Ruined it. No, people should have. But I guess probably that's why they had a different person, because the other person would have, if that was a live person that beamed themselves in.
Yeah, they'd be old, 30 years.
Yeah, they probably don't work there anymore. Interesting, too, because he didn't recognize it. Much like Dolores, when Dolores saw old William. Old Man in Black.
Yeah. I mean, and they're different people.
There is that.
It's like how young Sheldon will never grow up to look like Sheldon from Big Bang Theory.
Yeah. Well, really, they don't look all that much alike, to be honest, except for now they've got, they kind of got the same beard, kind of scruff. But
yeah.
Guess maybe they have the same color eyes.
Yeah.
They are close enough, but dogs are barking.
I don't remember a dog on the show.
He's got a dog.
That'd be awesome. Except, they'd burn it.
Ooh. If I ever get another dog, I'm going to name it Delos.
That's a good name.
Every time it walks in the room, dun, dun, dun.
You think it's mainly Americans that go to Westworld? And then like, because it's like our, history.
Yeah.
And then do you think the Japanese go to like Shogun World because it's like their history?
I mean, it could be because you don't see a lot of like Asian people at Westworld other than the ones that are working on the damn railroad.
Also, how would it work if like you don't speak any English? Like,
I don't know. I would imagine by this point, kind of like how you have those.
like the babblefish.
What's that?
It's the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah.
The thing they put in their ear.
Yeah, exactly.
I hear they're talking about the mind rejecting the body. Nope. Now it's getting all glitchy.
Remember? I remember.
God, spit it out.
Today, Junior. What did he say? How many times?
149,
Jeez.
153, something like that.
This time he made it to 35 days. But it seems like every time he sees William, that's when he starts to degrade, right? So is William intentionally triggering him? Or is it just
It's got to be memories that do it.
Yeah.
Like it. That's how the mind finally realizes that it's not aging.
Right. So, I mean, 135 times, I'd probably be done by now. I'll probably revive you about 5 times, Chip.
Man,
if it doesn't work.
yeah.
Or if,
Just let me go crazy.
Yeah.
Like he does for him. But just let me out in the park. Like, let me just be a crazy random host out in the park.
If it comes down to what our friend, though, he'll let you die.
Yeah. Yeah. He wouldn't even try to bring me back.
No. Save me. No. Like, okay, why didn't they make him an Eve robot?
Right?
I mean, you're going to keep him cooped up there,
Yeah.
but
He's
all
just
by himself?
Just jacking off for eternity?
Yeah, listening to the Stones. So it's just interesting that like it's kind of cruel, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I feel like he's kind of using this as a confessional,
yeah,
but also like
therapy.
He enjoys torturing this guy.
Well, you're right, and we noticed that William, the way he dressed down Dolores earlier, in the season where we were talking about, it's a robot. Why are you even bothering to tell it how ashamed of it you are or whatever?
Yeah.
That's all for him.
Yeah.
That's all because of him and his feelings.
Yeah.
This is the same thing, except for that he is talking to Papadelos's consciousness, I guess. But
well, is it really though? Is it downloaded or is it just copied?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like this would just be a copy at this point. Because again, where does he exist really then? In a hard drive somewhere?
Well, if he doesn't remember any of his prior builds,
right?
Then he hasn't formed a single new memory in over 30 years.
So yeah, and that's what he was saying. Hey, he was stable, and then of course William talks to him, and Old Man in Black.
Is he? But it's not really degradation. He's just going insane.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
is that a mind degrading?
Okay, so think about this real quick. He leaves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Assume I guess we can assume that not too long after that, he's in the park, and that's where we see whatever's been going on, right?
Yeah, that's either... That
So-
might have been right before he goes and, like, kills Maeve and does all that.
Right.
Like, with the daughter. Or that might be right before these events.
I feel like it couldn't have been too long ago.
I mean, the bodies are pretty, fresh. What's really the point of going in there, though? Like, you're not going to learn anything.
Yeah.
Like, the secret to everything.
I mean, you wouldn't really know what to do, though. I wouldn't think at this point. Is that milk or is that powder?
I don't know. Oh, it's the hourglass. Oh, she got it over.
Oh, yeah. The bulldog is attacking.
Now you're stuck.
And there she goes. She wants in her crate. Aw.
That's kind of cute, actually.
Till she starts peeing on it.
Nope, she don't want in there. It's not comfy.
Yeah. She's out. Oh, the bulldog. Good thing this is Tangent World.
But
what age can I just put her down?
I mean, any age you want, but
What would a vet say okay, have you ever seen anybody just bring a perfectly healthy dog in just to be put down because they're shithead dog owners?
yeah.
Do you do it or
No, we send them away pretty quickly.
That's cool.
Like, we really don't like people that come in just to put their dog down.
Right. So here's Papadelos. He's still alive.
Yeah, he's just slicing up his face.
Yeah, I mean, he's gone bonkers, but he's not. Does he look like he can't? He's not all shaky and stuff.
No. He just leaned into it, like he just embraced the insanity.
She should have already shot him.
Yeah, but Bernard's got his super strength now. And it's some hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah, and Bernard recognizes him too, which is interesting. Last night I had to put the captions on so I could read. I could
Understand him.
Yeah. God, the devil. Satan! You know, like old school religions, I think, like back in the day, believed that Lucifer was the god of this world, and that Yahweh or whatever, the god that all the religions are based on. Most of them, anyway, not all of them.
I mean, the three big ones.
Yeah, was actually kind of like the god that hated us all. And so Lucifer was always defending us, not...
Yeah?
Crazy... I mean, not crazy stuff, just stuff to ponder or, read. Interesting stuff, anyway.
I don't know.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me that religions that have been around for thousands and thousands of years can't be like whatever they started out as.
No, no, definitely not. I mean, things change over time.
Yeah, just the story gets retold and changed. Who knows?
Yeah,
who knows? They could have got it wrong. I mean, I read somewhere that the original, like the Jewish people back in the day, let the Gentile people believe that the 7-day creation was a literal 7-day, and they knew it wasn't. They knew it was never meant to be believed like that.
Oh,
in fact, it was kind of a story they just told the kids.
Yeah,
but they let them canonize it basically as a
joke,
as a fu.
They
yeah,
didn't get it right.
Yeah, we didn't even bother to correct them, and then that's all the creationism and all that's based on all that. I mean, and I don't know. Don't take this as gospel from me. Just stuff that I've read.
I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but apatheism.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty cool way to look at religion. It's pretty much just the premise that, it's not worth worrying about if there's a God or not. It's not so much like agnosticism.
Sure.
But it's just like, if I found out tomorrow that, God existed.
Right.
I don't feel like I would necessarily need to live a different life. Like, I feel like I would be this way regardless of a creator or not.
I think if I found out tomorrow that God was really there and watching us all the time, I'd probably jack off a little less.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, I'd maybe ask for forgiveness more, but what's the point in that? Like, really, what does that do? Nothing. Makes you make you feel better about yourself?
Probably so.
I don't know. Sorry, TangentWorld.
That's why we call it TangentWorld.
It relieves your guilt.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Just, get over it.
You will eventually anyway.
Yeah. Don't lie to me. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then he immediately lies to her.
Yeah. I'll never lie to you again.
God, it's like every cheating person ever. Yeah, I'll never do it again. Okay.
Yeah.
I believe you.
I promise.
I believe you. Yeah, give him the gun.
Right.
The one who actually needs it.
It's interesting. Remember how they looked at the tablets? Oh, this was so cool right here. And they could see exactly what they were going to say before they were going to say it, too. I wonder if she looked at some of that.
Yeah.
And knows whether he's lying or not.
She should just be carrying that around and look at it all the time.
True.
But
I wasn't quite sure during this scene. I thought it was cool.
Bernard, don't do it.
These things.
Oh, that's why it was so much shorter. It's not walking on the walkways.
Okay.
I was like, it's a really short one.
Those things are so creepy. What do you bet we see some of those for Halloween?
That'd be weird. Like I said, man, put a suit on it, Slender Man. That's 2 costumes in one.
I want to wear a costume like that, but I'll have to lose a lot of weight.
Yeah, everybody called me the Pillsbury Doughboy. Like, oh, that's what you went as? Like, no.
You were the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yeah.
That's what they'd say about me.
Mm-hmm.
So why would they break their necks? I mean, does that really affect their processor? You know what I mean? Is it going to kill them?
I think it just deactivates them.
Okay.
I mean,
I think it was really just because it looks cool.
yeah.
But I think maybe they didn't. It was surely somebody's on set though to say
maybe that's their off switch. Like it,
Yeah.
They don't want to have an open thing because then they wouldn't be waterproof.
Right.
I wonder how submersible these things are. Like good till 4,000 meters, 400 meters. We'll find out because it didn't look like a lot of them were very submersible in that first episode of this season.
Everything's fine. I won't
don't worry
lie
about
to
it.
you.
I totally didn't lie to you.
I was just remembering how I killed everybody.
Yeah. Aren't I cool?
Mamacita.
She is very pretty.
She is. Get it. Tell Lawrence to take a walk.
You said we need some men.
My cousins will go anywhere you want them.
Help us on our journey west. They can follow you anywhere in gratitude.
We'll get carried away, Lawrence. Most of them won't be coming back.
And you're not getting rebuilt.
Nope. This scene.
Yeah. Kids are always creepy.
She's good.
Yeah, she's a great actress.
I know who you are, William. One good deed doesn't change that.
Who said anything about a good deed?
He doesn't even. It's not even surprising to him that Robert's talking to him through this little girl now.
Right.
But remember the last?
But look, like watch her face right here.
Yeah.
Understand the real game we're playing. If you're looking forward, you're looking in the wrong direction.
And right there, like
Yeah.
just the subtlest of changes. And
Right.
she's a great actress. Sorry, you were saying
I don't even recall.
the last time.
Oh yes, the last time that he saw Robert talking to him,
He killed him.
he killed him. Yeah, and so this time So is he softening up?
Well, I think he's decided he's going to play it as a white hat, or maybe not a white hat, but like more or less a good guy. And
Yeah.
he knows he's going to need help.
Maybe this is his chance to try to be a good guy after. I mean, he's been a bad guy for so long, honestly, and even at home and all of that.
Well,
his wife and kids.
Like I say, every time I play it, like a video game, like Skyrim,
Yeah.
I play good the first time through. Like Fable, all that, played white hat,
Right.
good guy. And then after I figured out the game and I've like mastered the combat system, I always go evil.
Right. Yeah.
So
Oh, this was awesome too. I thought this was going to be Dolores.
because playing the good guy is the safe choice.
Yeah.
Sorry, but yeah, I thought this was going to be Dolores too, but nope.
I was like, Chip called it. Hi, Dad. Lawrence said, "See, I told you. I remember."
Great.
Yeah. Oh, so good. This episode was so good. It was
And
so
then
suspenseful.
And then the preview coming up here in a second is so good.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Because, I love how they played it out. This was very...
This was William's story.
Yeah.
William and Lawrence.
right. And a little bit of Bernard and
Yeah. And
Elsie,
the
but
and the daughter.
yeah, but it was all revolving around William and Papadelos.
Yeah.
So it's just an amazing. I love how they took the time to really dig into it, and we didn't get to see Dolores. We didn't get to see Maeve.
Right. And all of last episode was Dolores and Maeve.
Exactly.
So they're kind of doing it like chapters in a book.
Yes.
Because a lot of times, like Game of Thrones,
Right.
like every chapter or so is one character's point of view at that time.
And Game of Thrones, they jump. And I feel like this one does too. They'll jump through a lot of stories in multiple episodes, but I like in this one how they focused on it enough to tell the story, build the suspense,
Yeah.
and then get you with the twist.
Okay,
So
here's the preview.
I was plagued by a voice saying, it said, "This is a new world." And in this world, guess what? I heard this before.
You can be whatever you want to be.
Or in Maeve's words, you can be whatever the fuck you want to be.
Yeah, and that's like a different kind of player piano.
Yeah. So they recycle characters, I guess, right? Or at least dialogue.
Well, I feel like if they have like a working, like Miss Kitty,
Yeah.
like
But, I'd be mad if I went to the park and I got Maeve and then I went to,
Shogun World.
and then, she was saying the same thing to me.
It's not like you can understand
I'm
Japanese.
multilingual.
Do they have like days where they'll they'll put them all into English?
Yeah.
Like, all right, we're doing a crossover.
So that's what I'm super excited about for next week is because we're going to get to see more of a different park.
Yeah.
It looks like a lot more.
Well, I think it's called Taj World
Taj World. Oh, the one we saw before.
or the Taj.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah. Man, that was a great episode. We're going to have the Jestworld like reaction, post show that you can check out all that. So, for more reactions to this episode. But like I say, it just made me want to watch it again. I couldn't wait to do that again
yeah,
tonight.
it was great.
It was so good. So, Anything else to add? Any new theories after this? I mean, we kind of hit a few of them.
Well, I mean, there's a theory going around that, Dolores is based on a real person. That's more plausible now that we see all this.
Oh, yeah. So would you think that that's something kind of like The Island, where she's based off of maybe even like an actress or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't they? If they're able to clone people that precisely and, like, make working organs,
yeah.
they should be making, like, doing all that for people.
Right.
But
I mean, they make, porn
we
also
that
don't
know
nowadays.
Yeah.
Where they superimpose.
Yep.
I don't know what's that called? It's I can't remember, but
Yeah.
yeah, they're putting celebrities,
Like,
on porn stars, and so think about it with a lot more futuristic resources and all that. They, you could go to a park, I guess ideally, and be hanging out with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie,
Yeah.
or something like that. But it's not them; it's them as a character.
Right. Yeah, it's just I don't know. I mean, they're collecting all that DNA. We had a couple ideas earlier when we were talking about this about they could be using that DNA to clone the richest people in the world and replace them. Like that's what they were doing in the old movies.
Right. Right.
But we were also talking. He's been rejecting that host or the host. The body's been rejecting the brain.
Right.
Or the brain's been rejecting the body.
Right.
I think they might just need a wider like array of DNA to like get a better understanding of how this affects people.
Right.
And maybe to prevent that.
Right on. Well, if you follow us over on the Jestworld and all that, we have the reaction show that we do. We'll read emails.
Yeah.
So if you've got an email that you want to send us about TangentWorld or Jestworld, regarding Westworld, either way, or any of the other topics that we talked about tonight.
Yeah,
if you want to talk to us about Luciferians or Hey, speaking of Luciferians, look behind you. I don't know that you'd call him a Luciferian, but
Oh, the Charles Manson album. I love it.
I didn't open up the album, but I was looking at it on eBay to see if it was worth anything. And there's like a big, like it showed the fold out. There's like a huge swastika on one of them.
Oh, I know one person that would love that.
And I was, I was like,
speaking of which, he can't be here tonight.
oh, okay.
I'm kidding. He wouldn't love that.
I was wondering, is it wrong for me to have that now?
Travis mentioned this if you listen to the podcast.
Yeah, mention it. Is it wrong to have that in the house? I feel like
no,
it is.
that's awesome. I
feel like I have it because it's just an interesting thing.
I would actually hang it.
Yeah,
Like I would get one of those little album frames and put it on the wall.
But I do feel bad that of course he's got a swastika on his forehead.
It's been like you don't have it for the reasons it's offensive.
Sure. I just feel weird, like if I had a Confederate flag, like folded up in the closet.
You
or
do.
something.
I was snooping around earlier and I found that.
No, I don't. I used to have one when I was younger, though, and I'm not going to lie about it because
heritage, not hate.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't even about that. You know what it was about?
What?
Dukes of Hazzard.
Dukes of Hazzard.
I thought it was cool, and I didn't even know. And it was like I think I was in maybe high school when one of my friends was like, the Confederate flag is very offensive, and I was like, is it? Why? Yeah. And I just didn't know.
Yeah.
I really didn't. And then I knew, and that's when I was like, well, if people find it to be offensive, then there's no real reason for me to have it, display it, whatever. And I'm not saying if you have it, you're a racist.
Here's the thing. But all these people that like I had a Facebook post the other day where Tom actually tagged me in it, and then I posted it as well. But it's like these three dentists who one dressed as in like Scottish wear,
right?
One dressed as like Pocahontas,
yes.
One dressed as like in a like Japanese kimono, and it was a horrible kimono. But they were all blonde hair, blue eyed, pretty women, and
it looked like they were like the outfits you get at the Halloween Superstore. Yeah.
Like yes, I agree. it is offensive. It doesn't offend me, but I'm not their target audience. If that's like, if their intent was to offend,
Right.
But like, let people be offensive. Like,
Well,
no, that's your advertisement for yourself.
yeah.
And if you want to be known for being that, and like and just be known for being a vile person, and you get pride from that, cool. Like that's your thing in the world, and you may get joy out of it, but guarantee it, nobody's going to be around you.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. At least let us. That way we can know that you're an asshole, and we can make our decision not to hang out with you.
We don't have like there's freedom of association here.
Yeah.
Like we don't have like I'll get up and walk away from you. I've done it.
Right. So no, we're not the heritage not hate guys, but
like all this. But I mean, I'm more offended by people trying to like limit how other people's lives.
Well, yeah, I mean, I am too. I think if you have the right to be whatever.
Well, like I there was the joke that like the reason I didn't go see Black Panther was because opening weekend there were all these websites that were people and had the most ignorant people they could find on there saying that it's only for black people. All the whites need to stay home.
Oh yeah,
like that's dumb. Like. And these people wanted to advertise themselves as being that.
Right.
So, and more power to them. But,
it is funny, like, how they will, use...
Sorry, this is a heavy tangent.
Yeah, hey, it's Tangent World. But how they will use, one section, like, we can get one video of one group, like, a couple of people.
Yeah.
And it represents everyone. And they do that for a lot of people, though.
Well,
I mean, it's
like,
crazy.
Anytime that... like the tornado hitting more.
Right.
Anytime it was on national news, they had the most ignorant, trashy white dude, he had no shirt on.
They don't care about educating you.
Yeah.
They only care about ratings and getting paid for advertising.
And again, if you're going to go to Walmart and be in your pajamas and wear like house shoes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's
Rocket.
Do what you want, but people are going to think what they think about you because
that's true.
That's how you're dressed.
Yeah, I judge people by some of the the way they dress at Walmart.
Yeah, I mean they say don't judge a book by its cover,
right?
But everything people do is how they want to be presented. That's their cover, and that's why books have covers is to be judged by.
Right.
If you don't judge a book by its cover, all books would be like The Catcher in the Rye. It'd be a white cover with The Catcher in the Rye on it.
But again, think about how many books you might pass up that are amazing. You see what I'm saying? Or people that we think, oh, that guy's all tatted up like me. Like my grandma. Like I could see my grandma if she wasn't my grandma, crossing the street when I walk up.
Right.
But to be honest, I'm opening the doors. I'm the most polite guy ever.
I mean, but that's all part of it. Like you can, like I said, do whatever you want. Just be a fucking good person.
Right.
Like if you want to say mean things, like and present yourself that way, be a dick. But no one's gonna want to associate with you. Sorry.
So
that's the wrap up sign.
Yeah. Here's the thing to take away. Be a good person.
Yeah, be excellent to each other.
Yeah, be excellent to each other.
That movie is timeless.
Yeah. Well, Chip, this was fun. Join us on the Jestworld for the, we got a little bit of reactions here, but we also went on a long tangent, which is what TangentWorld's all about. No, that's what this is all about.
I know.
I love it. So I like to get real.
Right.
So, and email us. Jestworld@gmail.com and tune in for season what's in the next episode?
Season 5.
Season 2.
Season 2, episode 5.
Episode 5. That's next week. All right, Chip.
Good night.
Have a great rest of your week.